All right, so here is our dude's eval video, and some of it is a little brutal. I do try to see if he could take some corrections here and there, and I'll walk you through those and why. But I always start least invasive first. So I start with a basic slip lead and some treats. I want to see how the dog responds to basic communication. And as you can see, he was flailing all over the place. So with a dog with how large he's going to be, I want to make sure we could get a handle on those kind of boundaries. So like I mentioned, I tried the gentle leader then, and he hated it. Like hated it with a passion. I wanted to see if he would start to follow along after a while, but when I start to see how shut down he was, I was like, okay, we're going to move on and just go the prong route. It tends to be what I use most of the time. He was just so young, I wanted to see if he would follow through with the gentle leader. So here you can see I correct him. And that is, I know he knows what sit is. I know he knows that I'm asking him to sit, but he just shuts down. And the body language here is like, he's just so overwhelmed. Like I had opened the door and now it's not open and now he needs to sit. So I was like, all right, dude, we're just gonna take a few minutes and we're just gonna chill. Honestly, just sat with him for a while. When he went to go jump up in my face, I was like, hey, dude, we can't do that. But I did just sit with him for a good 10 minutes there. I just wanted to re-engage him and help him feel a little bit more like, all right, we're not just in this for getting you to do all these crazy sits and stuff. Like, I do want it to be fun. I do want it to be a learning experience, but we got to work together. So here's where he really started to blossom. We just started to cruise. Like when I walk a dog, I just want to see that they are kind of following their person or me like a honing device. I tried to ask him for the sit again, not as shut down. So I gave him a pop there and he did sit. So what is good about the corrections is if you give one and if you ask for something and then they don't follow through and you can correct that, then they tend to think twice next time. So you'll see over the next few times I ask him to sit, he does sit. But the thing is with how young he is, I just don't think we need to really be doing that right now. So he does start to respond, as you could see there. So I just started to really almost like just love on him a lot when he would follow through for the sit, because it is something that is such a struggle for him. There's so much pushback on it. And it's not from a place of like, it's not like he's a bad dog. There's just something about it that he doesn't like, and that's okay. So I think, well, yes, we can ask him to sit. He won't sit. We can correct it, and then we can ask him to sit again, and he will. I just think we need to take that piece out right now. And I don't think the sit is super, super important right now for his functionality. I think we can look at that and look at proofing it a little later on. Just for right now, I do not like how much initial pressure it takes just to get him to get the sit follow through. So I think we're just going to take that piece out right now, even though he does do well after some time. But I think it's more important to get his basics in first, just as far as like being able to follow and walk with us like he is here, not be so extreme when he gets excited if it's not the time or place for it. Like definitely, yeah, we can get crazy if it's playtime, but we also want to be able to have like some sort of communication system if he's getting a little too crazed. So that's just my thoughts on what I saw with him. And I, again, want to wait on you picking up the prong yourself because it is a skill that you have to learn and develop. And I just want him to also get used to it first. And then we can go from there. But he is going to be quite large. And the other two pressure points, just a regular slip lead and the gentle leader are, he hated it. So, I mean, I just think it's the best way to go because it's going to get the fastest communication to him. But if you have any questions at all, please reach out to me and we can discuss. And then of course, getting him into the daycare so he can make some friends. All right. Other than that, you know how to reach me if you have any questions, and I will be in touch. Thanks.